Welcome back to So This is Thailand, and we're here with expert advice. Now, most of us are attracted to sparkly, shiny things. I know I am. So today we have the pleasure of welcoming Laurie Adulayawicit, the owner and designer of Arlani Design Group. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, I have to agree with Tara that people do love the sparklies, and Thailand has become really a preeminent location within the region, or you might even say within the world, of buying precious and semi-precious stones. Now, I know a lot of people might be familiar with the Gem and Jewelry Fair. It's a huge fair, a lot of money going around.
It's a huge manufacturing industry in Thailand, from silver jewelry, costume jewelry, into fine jewelry. It has been for many years.
And the fair takes place twice a year,
Twice a
is that
year.
right?
We have a fall and a spring show.
Oh, different collections.
Well, different buying seasons.
Oh.
Right, so for the fall you'd be buying for the beginning of the year, or maybe some for Christmas stock, depending.
Oh, I see.
Right, and then
so
the new year would be a new collection.
Yeah. Well, in looking at the trends that happen, do you find that when people do purchase stones, let's say in advance, that certain times of the year there are certain stones which are more popular than others?
Well, for summer, for instance, there would be more pinks or yellows or orange or maybe the color gold. Yeah, for winter, warmer months, maybe darker tones. Yeah.
And a lot of foreigners, who come here, and even those who have been staying here a long time, there are certain areas in the city which are known that it's the gem district. Down on Sealam, there's a lot of stores there. Big question for people who go in: how do I know what I'm buying is the real deal?
You should know what it is that you're looking for before you go into the store. Say you want to buy a ruby or a sapphire, you should have looked at some sort of comparison pricing or shopping and know a little bit about the product, not just go in blindly and trustingly. I mean, we want to say that, hopefully you wouldn't run into problems or be ripped off, but you should know something about what you're buying.
Apart from just being ripped off, is there such a thing as a fake? Or
yes.
How would you spot one of those?
It's very hard for a layman to spot. Yeah.
So it's very important to find a place that you can trust.
That's reputable. I mean, Thailand has a very large industry, so there's Thailand Gem and Jewelry Traders Association.
And they can give you a
They can give you advice of where to go if you wanted to go that way. Or there are shop displays. They have, certified gemologist on hand.
Now, a lot of people come here, as you mentioned, it's such a big industry here. You have just the average consumer who's looking for finished products. They're looking for the jewelry. Then you have the wholesalers who are selling more in terms of quantity for designers who then go back and produce their own.
Correct.
Most of the shops that you might find, let's say down on the Sealam Road, are those wholesalers or are those retail outlets?
It's a mix of both. Yeah.
And they'll be able to tell you when you walk in that they don't sell to individuals, or
I would say majority do sell.
They do.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, you're able to get some kind of proof that, all right, they are a member of this association.
Correct.
And should each stone have a certification for it?
If it is an important stone, like a larger diamond or ruby, sapphire, I would ask for it. Yeah, international certification.
And that way for sure.
You're guaranteed for sure.
And you're able to take that, let's say, back to your country of origin, and it'll be accepted.
But not just a small, jeweler's guarantee from a shop. It has to be from Gemological Institute of America or International Laboratory. Just to be sure.
So those are the two certifications that you would look for?
There is one for colored stones specifically. It's a Swiss laboratory. And the other for diamonds and colored stones would be the International Gemological Institute.
Well, in our conversation before we went on air, you were talking about some pre-production processes to enhance color or luster that I never knew about.
Okay.
Can you talk about, do those affect the price, or is it affecting the quality of the stone, or should I be aware? Do they have to tell me beforehand?
There should be full disclosure what you're buying. Are you buying a ruby that's natural, and what is to them considered natural? So heat treatment is heat treatment is a standard procedure.
Okay.
To enhance the stone. But let's say glass-filled rubies, for instance, are something that are very popular.
Glass-filled
What
ruby?
is
Which
that?
to me, that's
I've never
not
heard of
something.
that.
I'm sorry, I don't even know what that is. Can you explain? Glass-filled ruby.
It's injected with glass.
It's an artificially grown stone,
No, it's a natural.
It's a natural
it's
stone.
a natural stone
but it's been enhanced with.
with colored glass to make it look better than it is. So initially, it was maybe highly included.
Oh.
Yeah, like lines of silk running through it, and now you've got this really ruby red, too perfect-looking stone.
Oh, and is that like an accepted thing, or
No.
So.
Well, it has to be disclosed. If you want to buy a stone that's a glass-filled ruby and you know it, and the price is a certain price and you agree to it, fine. But if you are thinking that it's something natural, and then you take it back to your own country and they say, oh, well, this is glass-filled, it's only worth, $100, and you paid $3,000, well, that's a problem.
What seems to be the most popular stones that, especially the expats, the foreigners who's come to Thailand, seem to purchase?
The most important stones, ruby, sapphire. Things that are, typically processed in this region or from this region.
And then they're able, and those, obviously, they retain their value. It's like an
Correct.
investment then, I
It
guess.
is an investment on a larger size.
On a larger size. Actually,
Correct.
this is a key question. I
Okay.
know a lot of people out there, myself among them, I hear the word carrot thrown around a lot. I think about Bugs Bunny and rabbits and whatnot. But I know, what's a simple way of explaining what is a carat? How does it relate to a gemstone?
Okay, a carat is a measure of weight. It's equivalent to 200 milligrams. Yeah,
Easy
so
enough.
there's 100 points in 1 carat. So if we say something is a half a carat, for instance, that means it's 0.50 of a carat.
Oh.
So
So
then
it's a weight.
It's a weight.
And the size can vary
Correct.
depending on the kind of stone. Or,
Correct.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it a little easier, I guess, to understand. When next time you're out there shopping for a diamond and you're like, oh, it's a 2-carat diamond versus like, can you give us a comparison? Like, let's say a 1-carat diamond, would that be a different, for the same size, it would be a different carat weight for, let's say, an emerald?
An emerald, yes. Because of the specific gravity is not the same between the two stones or between different types of stones. So one could be the same size but less weight or more weight.
And then the costing, the value of that stone is based upon the weight.
Correct. Well, size also.
The size
Is
of
it over 1 carat? Is it over 3 carats or 5 carats?
Well, it really gets complicated, I
It
guess.
does. It does. It's a lot of details.
That's why you need an expert.
Exactly.
Obviously, we have a lot to learn. But thank you so much for joining us today. And if any of our viewers have more questions, we look forward to welcoming you back.
Thank you for having me.
Stay with us on So This is Thailand. We'll be right back.
Now we are in the Kudichin community, where we have many different tracks of Thai and Portuguese descent. Vietnamese, Thai Chinese, Mon and Chinese immigrants have been here since the Ayutthaya period. More than 200 years ago, Jacques Corré, a French priest who at that point sought asylum in Cambodia, returned to Bangkok on March 14th in 1769.
He banded together Christians dispersed by the war, and the king rewarded him with land by the Chao Phraya River. He turned it into a Christian sanctuary and named it Santa Cruz. The church you can see today has already been rebuilt twice since it was founded.
A well-balanced mixture of neoclassical and Renaissance art is at once eye-catching and evident on the outside by the church's dome-shaped bell tower, while vivid stained glass adorn different corners of the interior walls, depicting miracles associated with birth and life of Jesus Christ. We are looking for Kanum Farang Kudichin.
Okay.
Oh look! Kanum Farang Kudichin. Would you like to try some?
Sure, I would love to.
Let's go in! Kanum Kuditin has been a symbol of this community for several generations. This delectable traditional cake with crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside texture is not purely Thai, but derived from a Portuguese recipe that came its way by Ayutthaya and took up residence in the Kuditin area. In the old days, this dessert was only made and consumed during Christian ceremonies. Over the years, this custom has changed and Kanum Kuditin is today produced for sale. I just can't get enough of this little pastry. It's so good. It's better than anything similar I've ever eaten. So much better than bakeries from other parts of the world. This is delicious.
So good, delicious. It's my favorite candy.
The most amazing aspect of this place is certainly the mix between the Thai and the Portuguese culture here. And this is also represented in the architecture, where we find neoclassical and also Renaissance parts. I'm amazed by the diversity here, and I don't know about you, Anna, but I think this place was definitely worth visiting.
I totally agree with you, and I will definitely come back.
This is Anne and Anna from Expert Travel Pick. We're gonna see you again tomorrow. Bye!